just like came as a bit of a shock. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason.
Fired from Walmart.
Really invested long term, like it seems like you really don't like your job.
A psychology degree, 2 hours of training, offered every job that I've ever interviewed, decide which ones I would like, and hardly get an interview.
My biggest fear was getting fired.
I don't know what to do. I have worked there for 5 years.
I'm officially unemployed.
You can't be late in your first week, you're fired.
As soon as you don't meet the bottom line, they will let you go in a heartbeat.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
Hi guys. I just got let go from my job. I wasn't expecting that this morning. So I'll be fine. I worked for Midday Squares in marketing. They had to let go of the marketing division, which is fine. It just came as a bit of a shock. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Able to maybe make more TikToks and create more content for you guys. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it. It was amazing. And I've learned so much in the past 8 months. I'm still in the parking lot. I haven't moved because I actually don't know how I'm gonna drive home. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and just be really real. This is life. And you gotta get up and keep grinding. If anyone's hiring in marketing, anyone knows anyone that's hiring a marketing specialist, I'm free. Onwards and upwards from here. Okay, bye.
That's hard. That's a doozy. When you get let go from something you love doing, that's how you feel. I've been there before, but when it happens, you got to keep moving forward. It's hard, but you got to do it.
My raggedy just got fired from Walmart. They talking about I got 22 points. I've exceeded some type of policy. Let me clock out. It should not be this damn funny. The fact that I'm legitly having a blast right now. Oh, thank you. But y'all, I literally just got fired. And I look good. I knew that was the reason why I did my makeup today. I did my makeup to come get fired at Walmart today, boo. So you don't do that, baby.
She was way off.
I got fired, no cause, just vibes. And when I was like, why is this happening? They were like, well, it just seems like you're not really invested long term. Like it seems like you really don't like your job. And I was like, yeah, of course I don't like my job. Since when are we supposed to like our jobs? I thought you just bootstraps it and just muscle through the day like my Republican dad told me. What? God, corporate America is just getting out of control.
No, when you're at your job. I see why she got fired. You have to show passion. You have to show passion. Like you actually like doing the work. Seriously, I remember when I worked for corporate America, right? I love doing sales. So as I was doing sales, you can hear in the way I talk to the customers, that I love doing it. I worked there for 7 years. I've seen people get let go left and right, but they knew this man loves his job. I train people the way I was, but overall aura, which is great. Not moose knuckle your way through is not the way.
It's all a scam because as soon as you don't serve your employer anymore, as soon as you don't meet the bottom line, they will let you go in a heartbeat. You're replaceable.
My point exactly.
You're 100% replaceable, yet they want you to act like your job is the end all be all of your whole entire life. You spend more hours in an office than you do at home with your family. The whole system is a scam. Trading your time for money is a scam.
But you did it for money. I mean, to talk like this after you got fired, that's just low. because you wish you wouldn't have got fired. And that's why they fired you. The way you're acting right now, it's written all over you why you got fired. You didn't care. Trading your time for money is a scam, but you were doing it. You can't talk like that unless you're out there grinding hard, doing what you feel you need to do for yourself. Then you could say doing that is a scam, because then you'll be meaning it. But right now, no. Sorry.
Can somebody please tell me what I have this for? Or thousands of hours of training? I mean, thousands. Or why I've worked the last 20 years to just not be able to get a job? I have a psychology degree, thousands of hours of training in various types of social work and counseling. I can't even talk right now. I am one who usually trains people to do things, whether it's HIPAA, paperwork. I have tried to get a job at every entry-level position you can think of in the last 2 years. In the last couple of weeks, I had to have 15 interviews, which is the most callbacks and interviews I've gotten, so I finally had hope. And for the third time in 3 months, I was told I am a good fit. They would like to move forward with me. They just have to check my references. I sit and I wait. They don't call my references, and then out of nowhere tell me that an internal person applied and the position is no longer available. What is going on in the world? But I've never had trouble getting a job. Ever since I was 15, I have been employed. I have almost always been offered every job that I've ever interviewed for, to the point where I'm usually having to decide which ones I would like. And now I can hardly get an interview. When I do get an interview, I'm lucky if I get a call back. And then the times that I've been offered the position, they don't check my references and then they just go with somebody else. I have 2 children. I am disabled. Technically, if I wanted to, I could live off of disability, but I can't afford to, so I don't even take any assistance. I just want a job, and I can't find one. I don't care about the pay. The only thing I care about is the hours, because my children are special needs, and I share one vehicle with my family of 4, and my partner who also works 12-hour shifts. So that is the one setback, is the times of day that I'm available, which I understand is making it hard for some of the positions that I applied to, because that's not what they're looking for. But overall, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then when I try to apply for something that is completely below my degree or anything that I've done in years, they look at me like I have 10 heads and basically tell me they don't think I know how to operate a register or something of that nature because I've been working behind a computer and with people for years. Are you kidding me? All of my first jobs were at registers, and even little small jobs that I've taken in between here and there. And quite frankly, if you ask me, registers are much easier to operate nowadays than they were when I first started working at 16. What is the world going to do when jobs become less and less because of AI, when we can't even find them now?
Wow, everything she said just shot herself in the face. She's just, yeah, even though I can't work the hours they want me to work, that's why you didn't get it. I'm sitting there like this. Is she serious? Is she naming all the reasons why they wouldn't hire her? She was naming them front to back. I said, wow, crazy.
I got fired yesterday. I was nannying a 3-month-old 3 days a week, 9 hours a day. I'm about a month and a half into nannying, and I started feeling really down and blue and just I can do more and help out more, but all I was doing was feeding, changing diapers, nap. There was no walks, adventures, nothing, which I understand it being a 3-month-old baby, every parent is different. So I had a conversation with my friend who's a mom and a nanny, and we were both just expressing our challenges as a nanny and what's hard about it and validating each other in our struggles. I know for a fact I didn't say anything offensive about the family, about the kid, and once I had worked through how I was feeling in my head, I was going to have a conversation with the family and ask how else can I help? Can I meal prep for you? Can I take the kid on adventures? Can I do more? But they heard before that happened. So the mom called me and told me that she doesn't trust me anymore and that they don't want me to work for them anymore. So I guess my path is being cleared for something better.
Just move on.
So I started a new job on Wednesday. It's Friday. And I really liked it and it was going really well. It's in the suburbs and it's 20 minutes away from my house, so I've been leaving really early and trying to time it. Obviously, I'm normally really punctual. I don't show up late, especially at a new job. I'm a good employee, and I forgot my phone at home today, so I had to go back and grab it. I was freaking out because I was looking at the clock and I was like, I'm supposed to be there at 8:30, and I got there at 8:32 and was at my desk at 8:32. It's an open floor, and the boss looked at me and said, you can't be late in your first week, you're fired. And I thought he was joking because it's a super chill, lax environment. Like, he would f around with people, and I was like, you're joking. Like, I literally, my first instinct was that it was a joke. I'm not kidding. And he wasn't joking. So I got there, again, just to reiterate, at 8:32, and they fired me.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm angry and I'm shocked and I'm hurt, especially just because that's not who I am, and I'm really trying to not put it on me, you know, like I should have been there at 8:30, but no warning, nothing. No one gave me a heads up, like, hey, you know, your first week, like, they're really strict. If they would have said that, oh my God, you know, and I was already out that I was 2 minutes late.
Oh, accountability.
If anyone has any words of encouragement, I'm really struggling right now.
He told you why. He said, this is why I'm firing you. You were 2 minutes late in your first week. That is kind of crazy. It is. On my first week, I worked every job I've ever worked. I never was late. That's just something you don't do. He's right. He said, you're late in your first week, you're fired. He's right. You know, wait till at least a month, 2 months, 3 months. You know, you're wondering why. He explained why. He probably told you calmly. Well, he said you're fired. And that's it. Move on. Find something else. Find something else you may like doing more. But these jobs, it's hard to get a job nowadays. It's just hard. You got to bite the bullet.
I can't afford rent. I can't afford groceries. I can't afford school. I can't afford haircuts, so I cut my own hair. I can't afford hair dye, so I don't dye my hair anymore. I can't afford textbooks, so I take out student loans, but I can't afford those student loans, so I go to more school so that I can defer more loans, so I can't afford more of my loans. I couldn't afford a car, so I sold it. We can't afford flights, so we drive or stay home for the holidays. We can't afford eating out unless it goes on the credit card. I can't afford to pay back my credit cards. I can't afford to pay back my student loans. But mostly, I cannot afford to ever stop talking about
You're loving the attention.
Palestine, Congo, Sudan, Yemen, Tigray, Haiti. I cannot afford to let things go back to normal. We cannot afford this For You page to go back to normal, to become a celebrity and football app again. We cannot afford the cost of lives paid by our own tax dollars. The U.S. can afford free healthcare, schooling, services for people in Israel, but not for people here. The U.S. can afford spending millions of dollars on Israel, but not here. The U.S. can afford and approve spending for weapons to Israel, but they will not give us free healthcare. They will not give us livable wages. We cannot afford these things because of the system and the capitalist nightmare that we're in. And that nightmare is perpetuated by colonial powers like the US, like Israel, like the UK. Powers in the West that seek to demolish indigenous people, indigenous spaces and bodies and cultures that contribute to the...
See, people like her are too smart for their own good. You can sit there and talk about all the reasons why you're oppressed by the man instead of figuring out how not to be oppressed by the man. I think you would spend your time better doing that than the way you're doing it, because you're not contributing to society at all. As you said, you can't afford to stop talking about Palestine. A person like me could care less. I care about what's going on today, how I'm eating tomorrow, and that's all that matters. While you're worried about these things, you're wasting away your life. You're wasting away your life right now trying to work for other people when that keeps you a step behind. Working for someone else keeps you behind. Finding out ways to work for yourself keeps you a step ahead. Figure that out, and you won't need to complain about so many things.
I got fired from a job that I burned myself out for, and my biggest fear was getting fired. I was doing everything to avoid the exact thing that happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that. Yet somehow I lost sight of that along the way. They didn't say, hey, we guarantee you a job if you become an unrecognizable version of yourself and skip sleep and exercise and think about work 24/7. They didn't promise me a forever if I put work above relationships. I wasn't required to miss out on the moments that matter most in my life to secure a spot at the company. They didn't have to keep me. They never did. I was so mad, like, how could they have done this to me after I've done so much for them? But the joke was on me. I thought that if I gave 110% every single day of my life that they should too, but that just was never a part of the agreement. Are you losing yourself to a job that'll never give you half the amount that you're giving them? Because that sounds like a pretty deal.
See, now, every time someone says something like that, they thought. If she would have started with, I thought I gave 110%, because I'm sure the job will pull up tons of things, tons of opportunities where you drop the ball. They'll pull it up and you'll be like, oh, wow, I didn't know they did that on that day. Oh, wow. You see, at a company, they have a lot of times they keep your time sheets right. And if everything is logged to a computer, they have it all. So they can see your productivity in that computer. So they see moments where you're off. You may not realize it because you're not the computer. You're a human, and your head is playing out the way you think it's playing out. But things are happening a lot differently in real life. And that real life is the truth. And I'm sure you're dropping the ball.
I got let go of my job yesterday. I'm unemployed. And initially I was sad, I was depressed, I cried. But today I woke up and I was like, thank God I'm out of that hellhole. It was so toxic. I was depressed being there every day. You're gonna go through a roller coaster of emotions. You're gonna first think, wow, I'm a failure. No, that company failed you. They did not set you up for success.
I wonder why.
Don't forget that. I'm giving you one full day to mope around, be a negative Nancy, be as depressed as you'd like, but after that 24 hours, you're gonna get the fuck up. Because I firmly believe that life doesn't just happen to you, it happens for you. And that's why they always say, when one door closes, another door opens. So yesterday I gave myself a few hours to be a negative Nancy, to mope around, have a pity party for myself. And then after that, I was like, you need to clean your apartment. Because the only way I can maximize my brain is if my environment is clean. You need a clean slate. You gotta get your mind right, you gotta get your body right. So this morning I went to core power yoga. I have a free week because your girl's unemployed. You know what? I'm gonna rack up all the free classes around my neighborhood before I start paying for them, okay? Anyways, I'm at a point in my life where I absolutely hate sales with all of my soul, so I'm not doing another sales job. And it is terrifying to start a whole new career. I've already done it once. I went from nursing to tech sales, and now I'm at a point where I'm like, I can't do either, but what do? I need an income. I'm not a trust fund baby. I don't have rich parents. I am my own rich person, okay? So the first week of my unemployment, what I'm gonna do is take an entire week off. I'm not gonna think about applying to another job. I'm just going to chill. I'm gonna get my mind right. I'm gonna get my body right. I'm gonna run all of my mindless errands that I've been putting off for weeks to do it now in this week. After that first week, no more, okay? Time is ticking and not everyone has a trust fund to go to. We gotta find a new job. We're gonna have to do our resume. We gotta think about what new career path that you wanna be in. And if you don't wanna change career paths, that's great. That's easy. Start applying to jobs. I'm gonna document how I'm gonna go about getting a new job. I'll share it with the world here. I know the job market's not easy, but there's a will, there's a way. Sum this all up. Instead of looking at this layoff as a negative, think of it as a redirection. Do something bigger and better. I promise you, everything in this world goes accordingly to plan. And even though in this moment it feels terrible, you're gonna look back at this time and all you're gonna see is magic. So now wipe your tears. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this together.
Yeah, well, I say you are having a good start as far as getting things clean and being organized. But I'll say this: you got to go into it thinking you're going to do what's best for you. Now, what's best for you may not be what you want. So do what's going to make you the most money. And that's number one. A lot of women are getting fired. I wonder why. Do you think it's probably because of TikTok. Like a lot of women getting fired over TikTok and they don't know it's for their TikTok. It's a lot of things happen like that in corporate America. And you have no idea. I say get off of this app. Really. Before you get your next job, get off of the app. Let them know, hey, look, I had a TikTok in the past, but I no longer have it anymore. They're gonna say, oh, okay. If they still want to hire because of that, they don't want to hire you. But maybe don't say that. But still, get rid of the TikTok app.
I just got fired from my job that I've been at for like almost 3 years. And I've never been fired before. I don't know what to do. They already put boxes by my desk and I don't know what to do. I've never had this happen to me. I'm like shaking. I already disabled my account. I had stuff I need to grab from there. I have to say bye to the camera I've been using for the last 3 years and my laptop. Well, that's it. Packed my stuff, put it in my sister's truck. And, yeah. Truck's right there. His life.
We were talked to and stuff that, like, getting laid off or stuff like that is such, like, a bad thing for our reputation and who we are.
Yeah.
When it's, like, literally just, like, I feel like we weren't prepared for life of that, like, shit can happen to good people who work hard, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, like, I think it was such a fear tactic instead of a reality of, like, it can happen, you know? Instead it's, like, so I think that's why it hits us harder. Like,
yeah, because
like,
I feel like shame.
Yeah, exactly. When it's not like that. It's just that's kind of life, and it's relearning the literally the whole thing, you know.
There's so much I have to say and so much I'm trying to figure out what to do, but holy, this is it's scary. It's scary to not have this safety, this thing, just to have it be surprised just out of nowhere. I'm having a PB&J now. Finally got home after a real day, but if anyone needs photo or video work or social media work or video editing or content creation, all that, hit up my Instagram. Taken by Evelyn.
No, that's your business right there. Go on your own business, do your own thing, take your own shots. You should have been doing that. Think about what you're doing now. Look at what you just said. Contact you on Instagram. That's your business right there. Go straight forward. Don't look back.
I'm officially unemployed.
Congratulations.
But I do have a few disclaimers. So I have 2 jobs, like most people that live in New York City. However, this job was the job that brought in most of my income. So I'd say my income now has dropped by 70%. So it's a large deficit. I found out that I lost my job a few days ago, but on day 1, I just like cried the whole time. I was in my feelings. And then on days 2 and 3, my friend came into town and I distracted myself with her presence. So technically it's day 4. I'm just going to pretend like it's day 1. I was becoming increasingly unhappy. I just was feeling like the job that I was currently in, although there were aspects that I loved about it, I just felt extremely unfulfilled, and I felt like I wasn't utilizing all of the gifts that God gave me. So I was already applying for other jobs. Now, just because all of that is true doesn't mean I was less butthurt about it. Cause like, y'all gonna let me go? Me? Be so for real. I honestly think it might be a blessing in disguise because I was never gonna leave that job. I was extremely comfortable. I had amazing benefits. I had insurance. There were so many other things that I was wanting to do that I just physically did not have the time to do because I have 2 jobs. Another thing that I think helped me move past the initial pain of being laid off from a job, they said they were really impressed with my ability to produce video content. So they wanted to leave the opportunity open to work with me in the future on video content if I was open to that. So it could have been worse. Obviously, they don't hate me. They actually really like me. The timing of everything just feels very like, really? My grandmother passed 2 months ago. That was traumatic. I had another experience recently that was extremely traumatic. this also feels traumatic. This has never happened to me before. I've never lost a job, ever. I have a lot of emotions, including relief, but I'm also feeling a little bit of anxiety about finances. My student loan payments just started again, which I'm definitely gonna tell them, hold on, but I have decided to video diary the moment that I'm unemployed until I'm essentially not. Now, I probably will still record every day. I don't know if I'm gonna post every day, because what if it ends up being like 100 days? Y'all don't really want to see 100 days of me being unemployed. Like, I just think it would just be like interesting to just see what the. I'm just hoping that checking in every day will be really inspirational to just see how I just move through this time of my life that isn't necessarily the easiest. I know that things are going to work out. I just don't know how yet. This is just being able to see how that plays out. Okay, bye.
I got let go from my job today. I have worked there for 5 years. I got a phone call from a number I didn't know, and my boss was on the phone. And then she said, I'm gonna introduce this HR representative. And as soon as she said that, I knew I was being let go. It was not due to my performance. It was due to budget cuts. I'm on a team of 2 people, so I had an idea that something might be up last week when she asked us to stop planning any travel for this month. My coworker and I both travel a little bit, but we mostly work from home. What sucks is my insurance stops today. So, like, no 30 days, no end of month. Insurance stops today. No severance pay. I really like the company that I worked for. The reason why we got let go was because our contract was ended, like the funding for our contract was ended by the company that we were contracted for, so it wasn't my company's fault, it was the people that fund everything. It's kind of complicated, but it just really sucks. And I had all these plans for stuff, and like I literally just had a meeting yesterday with one of my stores, and like I got locked out of my email. I got locked out of everything. Like, why is being laid off so traumatic? Like, what are they afraid of? It's so weird. I probably shouldn't be telling the internet. They were like, don't tell anyone. You fired me. So guess what? I'm gonna tell people.
She loves attention.
I'm really just crying on the internet. We've all done it, I guess. I'm a millennial. Here it is. But I did get Panda Express, and it did help things a little bit. I got the big drink because I really love Diet Coke. And, yeah. So, if you've been through this, I commend you. It sucks. The good thing is I work from home, so it's not affecting my day-to-day life as much. It's not like I'm gonna miss, I'm not gonna see these people going to the office and stuff like that.
All right, now let me stop it. See, now the reason why all of these women are hurt, they had plans. They had plans of things to do. As she said, her insurance got cut off. She's shocked. She had plans. She planned to go on vacations. Now, this is the thing. When you work for somebody and they're contracted by another company, you have to be ready. How did I learn that? I learned that from working from home on my own. You work for someone and it happens pretty soon, very fast. Like, I've been let go of so many different contracts, but I've always been prepared for the next, right? So if one goes, the next one comes almost immediately. That's the thing, we're working online. Now, when you're working at home, but you got the job from searching from it in person, that's a little different, right? Like my the jobs I would get was just like running boom, boom. When I did sales. So someone always needs a sales guy. What you do, I don't know. But yeah, guys, these women are going through it. More and more companies are firing women, and this is why. And they tell you the exact reasons why they got fired. And yeah, it's happening to more and more people. And it's hard to get a job nowadays too. Nobody wants to go through this. because they realize it's definitely more to life. They're going through this.